Hi guys, John here, and this is my 7mm Spanish Mauser. As you can see, it's been somewhat sporterized, but it still has the old military sights on it. It was made in Oviedo, Spain. I think I'm pronouncing that right. In 1924. It's a 1893 version Mauser. I don't know where the screw went. Somebody put this thing in there, but it's still I'm going to replace that, but it still shoots okay. It has the nice and famous Mauser action on it. Pops into action. It's a push-fed system, meaning the bullet has to be pushed down for it to be fed in to battery. And it has a two safeties on it. One is here in the middle position where you can still operate the bolt. For some reason it's wanting to be a pain today, not because it's real humid. Where you can operate the bolt forward. Then this position here to the right, the bolt will function. And of course, all the way over is the fire position. And if you bolt it back with this little lever, pull it out, which you would need both hands to do it, but when you pull that out and pull the lever all the way back, the bolt will come out so you can clean your rifle. It can be loaded pressing one bullet in at a time, one cartridge in at a time, manually, but it's a lot quicker if you use a stripper clip. And this is a clip, not a magazine. This is the magazine. You use a clip to feed the magazine. It goes into this guide right here. Take your thumb and just ram it home and you're good to go. It has a release under the magazine. If something were to jam or whatever, you press your bullet tip up in here, or a screwdriver, or a knife, and all this just falls out with the bullets. Okay, so that's the basic rundown of this particular Mauser. It's got a 93 style bolt in it, which is different than the K98. This only has one locking lug on it, so no, it won't shoot as strong of ammunition as the later K98 Mauser that is so strong. Oh yeah, and that's the 7mm Mauser, 7x57, or Spanish Hornet as they call it. Great hunting rifle. It amazes me that it never caught on as popular in the United States as it has in other countries. The gun, the caliber itself is taking all manner of game from antelope all the way to elephant. So, I'm not going to do a history lesson on the actual gun right now. I just, like I said, give a little basic cover, but I will give you a story time with Joan. So, I have some personal history with this particular rifle, and I will take time to tell you about it. So, I originally did not hunt with black powder rifles, and this gun was my gateway into it. I started out, my first rifle was a .357 1892 replica, lever action. But my first high-powered rifle was a beautiful Model 700 Remington 270 and Remington and 270 Winchester. Great rifle, beautiful walnut stock. And I got a couple of good sized deer with that particular rifle. But I did not like the snappy recoil with it. I tried a heavier stock. The recoil was still snappy. I can deal with pushy recoil from big calibers like the 4570 and black powder. It's the snappy recoil I don't like. I don't like it whipping my shoulder. So I went on the look for another bolt action because I love bolt actions. And I found this. It was $120 at the pawn shop. Pawn shop owner looked absolutely bunfuzzled when I offered him the 270 Winchester for this old gun. I was looking for something that would shoot long range because where I was hunting, it wasn't, at the time where I was hunting, 300-yard shots was not uncommon. And I wanted something in a smaller caliber, but bigger than a .243 at the time. And when I don't know, just something allured me to this gun. I was like drawn to it. He thought I was absolutely crazy trading a $700 gun for a $125 gun. But I done it. Also got 7 boxes of shells with it too. And I got 6 deer with this rifle and a whole bunch of coyotes using 140 grain soft points. One buck in particular, I got him mounted in the gun room. He was an 8-point standing about 220 yards from me. First buck I ever got. I laid the gun down across the top of my dad's pickup truck. On the hunting club where he hunts, they hunt with dogs, and the dogs is running the deer across this big cutover. So I was looking at this deer, he come walking out, dogs wasn't running, and nice wide rack on him. The rack has grown up some since I got him mounted. This was back in 2008. But anyway, the deer was just standing there, and I threw up on him with this rifle. I set it on the 300-yard mark on the sights. and I aimed a little low, just a little, and led the deer. And I waited till he turned him broadside. I shot, and the deer disappeared. I didn't see him run or anything. So I called my dad and my uncle on the CB radio from the truck and told them I shot at the deer, but I didn't see it run off or anything. They brought a couple of hound dogs and walked down there, and they called back on the hand radio and said that I need to ease my way down there. Come look at this pretty deer I got. What had happened was when I shot, he dropped instantly. It was a through and through shot, clean through the shoulders. So it's been a good gun to me, but I wanted to get into black powder shooting really bad. I was already shooting black powder handguns, but I wanted a rifle. And there were 2 rifles that I wanted at the time. My neighbor had Remington Model 700 50 caliber, and my uncle had a 45 caliber Huntsman. Well, like a dummy, I traded this rifle to my uncle for that 45 caliber Huntsman. And I got the neighbor's gun as well from another trade. Well, fast forward about 4 years, no, I'm way off, 10 years. I found out my uncle still had this gun, and I decided I wanted it back. So I got to talking to him, and he sold it back to me for $75 last month. The other 2 guns, they were inlines, and I wanted a side lock, so I traded them 2 guns for the Zoloft that I had. And thus began my story and journey with black powder long arms. That's how I got into it, by trading this rifle here. I'll do shooting videos later with it. May do a little more history videos on this particular type of gun. The history, I don't know, but that's my personal history with this gun. And anywho, thanks for watching. This is Joan, over and out.